Well, hello, my little demons and divas and demonites. Bienvenidos. Welcome back to my channel. ¿Qué es la que hay, mi gente? Estamos activados, estamos encendidos. It is I, Isa, aka the Demon Diva, and the Big Dog, and our returning guest, Joey, is here. Hello, Joey.
What's going on?
Welcome back.
Thank you. I'm excited to be back.
I was like, he probably hated his time here on Friday. He doesn't want to come back.
No.
I had so much fun.
Show to be on.
I think our draft was more fun than what we actually ended up getting.
I have to agree with you there.
Were you feeling slightly underwhelmed by Friday's draft?
I was I didn't have any high expectations going into it because I kind of figured that they were going to do that in a sense. Like a lot of the names didn't change brands. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, a lot of people just were drafted to the same shows that they were on. And to me, the biggest thing that stood out was like all these free agents or all these people that were like just signed to big contracts, like Braun Breaker to SmackDown, Tiffany Stratton, Andrade to Raw. They were like drafted to opposing brands. It made no sense to me at all.
Yeah, well, to me, maybe it's because I'm such a huge oh my god, Jorge's in the chat. Because I'm such a huge Roman fan, to me just automatically saying he withdrew, which makes sense, don't get me wrong. But starting the show with Roman's not even eligible anymore, it's like, okay, well, there goes the biggest name in the whole pool today. Yeah. You know, I mean, I was very excited for Carmelo Hayes. We're gonna get into all of that, but before we do all of that, I want to first of all shout out Sheldon with the streak. The Undertaker ain't got shit on Sheldon because he just gifted 5 brand new Demonites, and you know that automatically brings in a Bad Bunny clip. So here we go. Now, typically, when we get a 5 gifted memberships, I do a shot, but it's a little too early for that, Sheldon. So I'm going to take a rain check, and we'll do it tonight when we open up the Monday Night Raw stream. I'm going to write it down because I forget everything. 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots. All right. Who else is in the chat? I see, of course, my good friend Jorge. What's up? Sorry, Jorge. We don't have Randy as a guest here today. I hope this draft is good. I hope this draft is good enough for you without Randy. I see Dan. I see KOD. Of course, Sheldon Jackson. I see my bestie Lego. MD, ABJ, Hassan. My dad is in the chat. My freaking dad is in the chat.
Diva.
Bendición, te amo. And guys, it is too early for shots. Listen, I'm having quite a productive day. I'm very proud of myself today because I'm gonna crash halfway through Raw though. You know when you're like on one of those days that you're like go. I'm like, man, if Raw doesn't deliver tonight, I'm gonna be crashing halfway through that show. But if you guys are just now tuning in, me and Joey decided to do our drafts following WWE rules. So on Friday we were here and we used the pool of talent that WWE put out for Friday. Yep. And today we will be using the pool of talent that they are using this evening. I'm going to flash it up in the screen real quick so you guys can get a refresher. These are the people that we are picking from today's round. And if you guys forgot, this is what our drafts are looking like so far, okay? Joey is Raw. I am SmackDown. I got to tell you something, Joey. If you look at my order, if we remove Roman since he withdrew, Bianca, Randy Orton, Carmelo Hayes pretty much went in that order for SmackDown. So I gotta tell you something. I did good. I was very I don't know. I don't want to say underwhelmed. I was very happy for Carmelo Hayes. Kiana James was a very surprising one for me, but it was like one that I just didn't pick. But once they say the name, I was like, it makes sense. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying it's underserving. It's just like it took me by surprise. And then I was like, yeah, what else is she going to do in NXT? They're not going to put her in the title story. Yeah. She seems to be ready. She has a good character. So I'm excited. I'm excited to go into this. The rules for today, Joey gets to pick first because Raw picks first today. And instead of rounds, we're going to do what we did the last time, right? I'm pretty sure we barely have, please don't do this. I'm pretty sure we barely have anybody left from NXT to pick from because we kind of murder NXT on Friday. Yeah. But we still have NXT talent. We have that pool, and we're going to go until we run out of that, talking a little bit of WWE and draft in between. So what do you say, Joey? You ready?
I'm ready. By the way, it just reminded me looking at that list. You know, Seth Rollins was listed on the pool for Friday, and he wasn't drafted. I guess they took him out.
He was drafted.
Seth?
Yeah, wasn't he?
No.
I thought he was drafted to Raw.
No, was he? I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know. Hold on, let me go. Now I'm gonna have to look. Maybe I am crazy. I thought he was drafted to Raw.
Was he?
I don't know. I could be making this up. I
would have thought he would have been like in the first round or so.
No, they didn't draft him on the first round. That didn't happen. But hold on, let me go over here. I know Lucha Libre Online have posted. Yeah. Okay, so let me share my screen so you guys can see, and so Joey can get a refresher because he paid no attention.
Apparently, I wasn't even.
What went down? But you guys can see here, and there was some draft choices that happened off the air, including Baron Corbin is coming back to the main roster. But what we saw on air looks like, he was in the first round, Joey. Wow. But they picked Jey Uso. They picked Jey Uso before they picked Seth Rollins, which is crazy to me. Now, Bianca, I was very happy to see Bianca get picked first, and I was very happy to see Carmelo. And you know what? To talk positive about the draft show, I love that Nia was there. I love that Melo was there. I love seeing him come out and shoot his shot. I didn't like that. I like that he was wrestling Cody and he went big, but I knew he was going to lose immediately. And the last time we saw him on the main roster, he lost when he was in that United States Championship tournament. He won his first match, but he ended up losing to Kevin Owens. So I need Carmelo Hayes to be put in a position where he's winning matches. But yes, Seth Rollins was drafted to Raw. You are looking at the actual rosters here. Now, I will tell you, you got correct. You picked Seth Rollins. You picked Braun Breaker for yours. You picked Ricochet. You picked Alpha Academy. So you didn't do too bad. You have picked Nia Jax. You have picked Andrade. So we have some differences here, you know, but I was very proud in the order of my three. It was the exact same order that SmackDown picked their top three. So I was like, wow, it's like I have ESPN or something, Joey.
You know what I didn't like? I didn't like how obviously Cody Rhodes is facing AJ Styles for the WWE Championship at Backlash, but AJ was drafted like the last round of the draft. You would think because he's a major title contender, he would have gone earlier on, at least the second round. Like a lot of these picks, I understood, but the order of which they happened, I was
it wasn't like they were going in that specific order. I'm also mind blown by the fact that nobody drafted the Kabuki Warriors, because I was like, what kind of executives do you have backstage? Why wouldn't you want current champions since all the other champions are protected? You know what I mean? It was very questionable. So I'm not going to have high expectations of tonight, but I'm very excited to do this with you and finish out our rosters. And unfortunately, you get first choice, so I'll let you go at it. Let's see.
By the way, I'm going to give it to you. Tonight, Damage Control is on the menu, and they are listed with Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and the Kabuki Warriors.
So it's all like a faction.
So it's all a faction. So you drafted them on Friday. You're getting
I drafted the Kabuki Warriors, not knowing. But man, they should just split up these factions. Some of them should be split up. I made a video about it. If you guys haven't checked it out after the stream, I actually uploaded a normal video. I know everybody's used to seeing me live, but there's an actual real upload on my channel talking about some of the things that I want to see from the draft tonight. And while I don't think every faction should be broken up, I do think there's a handful of people that should be picked as singles just to spice up. And we'll get into that as we go. Joey, make your pick.
My first pick off the bat for Monday Night Raw is very easy. The best in the world, CM Punk.
God, I hate you. I hate you. I don't like you. I don't agree with this. But you know what? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Why would that man play games with me? Why would you play games with me?
That was my first pick. This changes everything.
I love it. I love it.
You not pick CM Punk. Like, let's just talk about that. I cannot wait to see how the draft goes tonight.
He's going first.
As a proven draw, as somebody that actually sells tickets, somebody that actually sells merch, everything he does goes viral. Everybody talks about every single thing that he does. How do you not pick him first? You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking like in general. Like, if he doesn't go first tonight, we have a problem.
I agree.
All right, so I guess it's my turn. And I am going to pick, I'm going to pick King Gunther, future king of the ring.
You're getting Imperium. It's Gunther.
I don't want them.
You get Ludwig with him.
I don't want him. I want to keep Imperium over there, and I want Gunther over here. But if I get him, I'll take him. But I don't want to. So I only get Ludwig, not Baldy. Right? Because they broke up.
Baldy's out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'll take the Kaiser role.
Well,
that's my first pick. I think that's like when you're looking at the names in the list today, those are we just picked 2 of the strongest. There's a lot more in there, but those are 2 very stronger ones. I don't want the rest of Imperium. Leave me alone, chat.
All right. Well, if Raw is starting off with the best in the world, CM Punk, we got to take Drew McIntyre number 2.
No, you don't. You don't have to do this, Joey.
You have to. You took Gunther.
Come on.
I don't like this. I don't like not having first choice. All right. You can have Drew McIntyre. I will keep them separated, actually, but that's just me. If you change your mind, I will gladly take Drew McIntyre from you because you should change your mind about this.
Okay.
Fine. I'm taking Jade.
That's fine because Raw, what time is it? It's Tiffy time.
No! Come on, why
are you getting Tiffany Stratton?
Damn, your roster is kicking my ass today. That's a great choice. Tiffany.
I came prepared.
I actually would rather see Tiffany, like talking real life stuff, right? I would actually like to see Tiffany on Raw.
Yeah.
I want to see her with new opponents. I want to see new competition for her because I don't think that she wins at Backlash. I don't think she takes the pin, but I don't think that she wins. And I think it would be fun to see her.
It's a showcase for her.
Yeah. And as the person that Becky Lynch took the NXT championship with, there's just a story just waiting there to happen. So I would like to see that. I'm pissed off. I don't want to pick anybody. I'm done with this draft. Everybody's dream is over. Now, who do I want to pick next? Oh, by the way, do you see that Braun Strowman is eligible to be drafted today?
I did see that, which means he's coming back.
Right. I posted a short today about, did we just spoil a superstar?
Yeah, and why was Odyssey Jones also in there? He hasn't been on
the... You see my TikTok today where I was like, who is this person? I forgot who he was. I was I was trying to pay really close attention. I'm like, who is this person? Like, I have no idea who he was in the picture, but all right. I guess I gotta pick someone. I don't want to do this because I don't want to keep this faction together, but I can't take Finn by himself. I guess I'll take Judgment Day. I will take the rest of Judgment Day. That probably means I get Rhea by default when she comes back, but I will take Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, just because I want Finn Balor. So I'll take
that was my pick.
Yeah, of course it was.
But I guess, we got to keep things moving here. So Raw gets the LWO.
Which one?
Rey Mysterio.
Who is LWO listed with now?
Rey Mysterio, Carlito, Dragon Lee, Cruz del Toro, Jaquan Wilde, and Zelina Vega.
Bullshit. Because Carlito just turned on them, so they shouldn't be drafted together. And I think that Zelina should go to where Andrade is by herself. Well, I made a video about this. I made a video about moves that they could make tonight that could really be game changers, right? For example, like we just said, I think Zelina going by herself to where Andrade, she tweeted, I'm done with this BS because of LWO, everybody turning on everybody. I would love to see Zelina Vega reunite with Andrade, but with this version of herself, because when she was Andrade's manager, she wasn't as much of an in-ring competitor as she has become with the LWO. So I would love to see them reunite, right? And the same thing that I just told you, Finn Balor, I feel like Judgment Day has done so much for so many of the members of Judgment Day, but Finn Balor has no growth. There hasn't, even when he was challenging for the World Championship, it never felt about him. It was about Priest. Is he going to cash in? You know what I mean? I think Judgment Day has elevated Priest, has elevated Rhea, it has elevated Dominic. But JD, I still don't see him as part of Judgment Day, and Finn has just stayed in the middle. I would love to see Finn go back to being on his own, and I would love to see Finn bring back the Demon because I miss the Demon, but that's just...
I kind of want to see Damian go on his own and then Finn Balor actually lead the Judgment Day, and now he's like the leader and he's in charge, and maybe we get like a main event push for him and he has the Demon and whatever. I don't know. it's unpredictable right now what's happening with the Judgment Day, which I kind of like. But also half of them, like the most popular ones, are injured. So it's like, what do you do right now?
Right.
So
no, you're absolutely right. Well, I feel like in our last picks, we went for, quality, but mostly quantity. We both picked factions. We're trying to grow our roster. This time, I'm going to go for quality, and I'm going to pick somebody that you can insert anywhere, and you know he's going to kill it, and that is Kevin Owens.
I like it. I like it. So the chat was asking for NXT. Why was there no NXT so far? And although this person is injured, she's kind of going under the radar, but when she does return, it's her time. Raw's getting Cora Jade.
Oof, great choice. Great choice. That is a solid choice. Do you feel like NXT kind of like just moved that gimmick onto Roxanne?
They did.
Right.
And it was very predictable, and she's doing a great job.
She is. She's killing it. I'm loving this version of Roxanne. I didn't think I would buy her as a heel, but whatever she's doing, I'm liking. I don't see her like full bad heel, but I see her like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be champion.
But let me ask you this, to see the other side, to play devil's advocate, because I love what they're doing. I love what they were doing with Cora. I love what they're doing with Roxanne. But do you think it's lazy booking, kind of just taken from AJ Lee?
Yeah.
Because that's their inspiration?
Right. Yeah.
Like I love it, but it's very AJ Lee.
I agree. It is. But it was just very obvious that what they were doing, excuse me, I got like this weird hiccups that won't stop. Anyways, it's like what they were doing with Cora Jade, they just moved it on to Roxanne, and it wasn't like they weren't even shy about it.
Yeah.
All right, my next pick is gonna be Shinsuke Nakamura.
I love it.
It's one of my faves. I'm not gonna leave him stranded.
I love it. There's today's pool is very interesting because first off, there's more names, but they're like, this is like the meat on the bones. This is where like the big boys, big girls are playing now, the big timers.
Yep.
And with that being said, Raw gets another faction. We get Bobby Lashley, the Street Profits, and B-Fab. We're getting the Pride.
Pride, great choice. They're killing it right now. I wish they weren't feuding with Final Testament, because Final Testament just isn't hitting for me.
That's why they're going to NXT, I think.
Yeah, but I do like. It was so interesting when they paired Bobby Lashley with the Street Profits, and then it felt like he went nowhere. I feel like we can still make something happen out of this faction. Yeah. What do you think of Bree so far with them?
I love the pairing. I would love to hear her more because she is a great speaker. Mm-hmm. And also I know that she's training really hard in the ring. She's been at the dungeon with Natalya, and she's really putting in the work. So if she were to wrestle, I think that she just needs the right opportunity, put her on some house shows, whatnot. Like, I think they were doing that, but she has a bright future, I believe.
I agree. I want to see more of her though. She still feels like a background character in this faction. I saw her talking a little bit more, and I was happy about that, but I want to see more of her in the faction. And I think it will all come out. It's just the Final Testament feud hasn't really been it.
I follow her on Instagram, and she's always cutting like their videos, but they almost seem like promos, and she's really good.
She is.
She's really good.
She is. They could be doing so much more with her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm up next, and I am looking at this, and I'm kind of picking with my heart today, and just kind of like looking at a lot of people that I really love are in today's pool. Like that was my Kevin Owens choice, my Shinsuke Nakamura choice. Yeah. And I have so much love for this tag team, and I just wish they were using them more. So I'm taking Pretty Deadly.
I love it.
I'm gonna book them the right way.
That was one of my next picks. Let's see here.
While you think, I'm gonna pull up because now we have 6 gifted memberships. Yeah. Thanks to JR Smith. Thank you so much, JR. And of course, you know what that means. Bad Bunny time. Thank you so much for gifting a membership and sponsoring a Demon Night onto the best community in all of YouTube. Appreciate you, babe.
Looking at Raw and looking at SmackDown, we are a 3-hour show. So I think that we do need more superstars. And I've been saying it since Friday's draft that Raw is the land of opportunity. We're going to keep things going. I'm taking Legado del Fantasma.
Why? I mean, at least you get Santo.
Yeah. I get Elektra. I get another tag team.
Yeah, but you're gonna keep the same stupid feud that they have right now because you took LWO. We should have.
No. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. We're gonna build Santos into a main eventer on Monday Night Raw.
Okay. If you say so. I am going to take. Wait, I already have them because you say they come as a group.
Yeah.
I forgot. I was gonna say Io Sky and Dakota, but I already have them. So I am going to take. Ooh, I got 2 solid picks here. I'm gonna take Naomi. I like
it.
My mom is in the chat now. It's a family affair. Mommy,
it is. You got Papa Diva, Mama Diva, the whole family's here. I love it. Man, I'm trying to remember who I have in my women's division right now because Naomi was a great choice.
I sent you a list.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at it now. I think it's time that I'm gonna take a tag team that really is gonna go under the radar here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that together they're great. Individually, they're great. And the chat may not like this because it's, like I said, under the radar. But I'm taking Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. Yep.
I love that. I love them together, by the way.
Yeah.
Chelsea has just been killing it. You know, Chelsea could be a dark horse for like maybe Queen of the Ring or Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I really have been liking everything she's been doing. Yeah. So that is an absolutely great choice on your end. And yeah, I'm a big fan of everything that Chelsea's doing right now. I am going to take, I'm going to take DIY.
DIY. See that?
Yeah. You know, simple. Yeah. This is an easy one today. There's a lot of names. We're just going back and forth.
Looking at the tag team division, you really, I'm not even going to say it. I'm taking the New Day.
Oh, just because I took DIY, you're like, oh yeah, well, watch me. The New Day is always a safe choice. Somebody in the chat saying, Marco Pete saying they might not be DIY much longer. What are they going to be? DX? Because that's their new gimmick.
Who knows? I don't think they're going to break them up just yet. I think that they're either going to get them more serious because right now the DX gimmick thing they're doing just went on way too long.
Yeah.
Now they just lost to R-Truth and Miz. No offense to R-Truth and the Miz, but like,
I wouldn't mind splitting them up because right now together they really haven't done anything with them in the main roster. And with SummerSlam being in Cleveland, I hope they give Gargano something to shine. I think a one-on-one with Ciampa wouldn't be bad if they were to go on a feud or if they go individually. I don't know. We'll see how everything plays out. But while we are in the discussion of tag teams, I have a young one here, and I get Ivy Nile as a bonus, so I'm taking the Creed brothers. I see you shaking your head. I knew you were gonna go for that.
I wanted the Creed brothers so I can finally break up Alpha Academy. I took them on Friday. I wanted to put Chad Gable with the Creed brothers. Ivy Nile is a bonus too. Man, this is going quick.
It is going quick. There's good names. There's good names on today's pool. And we really took our face from NXT on Friday. Yeah. So I think today is a matter of like, did we forget anybody on NXT? And let's just look at this and knock it out of the park. And of course, you have to say CM Punk first and kill the entire vibe of the draft. You took my pick. Oh, Heather is multitasking at work. Shout out to my girl, Heather. I miss it. You remember Heather. You remember.
We miss Heather.
She partied with us in Tampa. This is going quick. That's what she said.
I love it.
I love this chat.
MD, that was great. With that being said, Raw gets the new Catch Republic. Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
You're a little too hyped for that because they're not doing much right now. They gotta change that name. It's the name for me.
My idea is I know we're already past all the tag teams at this point, but take the tag teams individually, they could be individual stars. Long-term booking of Monday Night Raw.
I am going to take
New Banana
Jada.
Republic. I love that.
I call them. That's what I call them on my show.
I love.
We have nicknames for people around here. I am going to take Jada Parker from NXT.
I love that.
Making a splash. She's been going viral. I think you put her in the big stage and she will bring eyes, and I mean all the eyes on her, because she's got that star power just oozing. She could be an early call-up like Tiffany Stratton. I think she looks great in the ring. Put her up there with the big girls, and oh my God. And I'm obsessed with her. She's so good. I
love that. If that's the case, man, I'm taking this. I'm making this choice because this superstar deserves everything. Like everything that there is. You're going to agree with me when I say the name. Does everything for the business in the ring. Does everything for the business outside of the ring.
You're taking Natalya.
I'm taking Natalya. Give her flowers. Natalya,
I knew it as soon as you said it.
I love that woman with every being in my soul. I can't wait to see what she does.
I can't wait for Tuesday.
NXT
I am actually legitimately hyped for her match with Lola Vice.
I honestly think she may get drafted. Like in reality, I think she may get drafted to NXT.
You think so?
I mean, NXT hasn't made any draft choices, but I would love to. Listen, I would love to. What they're doing with her on the main roster, she's not doing much. If you put her in NXT, she's there every week in great matches, and she's building the future. Like, I think that's an excellent position for utilization of her. Where you can honestly rebuild her brand. Has Natalya Neidhart in the dungeon outside. Let her show the world what she's doing on NXT.
Yeah. I didn't see, speaking of that, we're still going to keep our rules, which I told you last week, of keeping the NXT champions protected, because I think all the champions should be protected. But they never brought it up. Did you notice that? It was never brought up by them. They kept showing the protected champs, and they were just showing the main roster champs. Because that's how we went on Friday, I think we should keep it that way. But you would think that NXT should have the same rights.
You would think. And I also thought that NXT would be able to make their own picks too.
Maybe after, I think
you're taking from the brand, but you can't replace.
No, but I think it will be interesting if we see the draft comes to an end today, and then maybe we see a segment tomorrow where Ava is just talking to maybe Shawn Michaels or on the phone with someone saying they took this many people from us. We need this many people, and that could be a story or a back and forward. You could even have matches, or you know what I mean. So, or see her
the draft closes the 6th. May 6th.
Or see her show up on SmackDown and be like, "Okay, I'm here to get my person for Carmella and Baron Corbin. Go to Raw. Who do I get for Kiana James?" You know what I mean?
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because the pool, everything ends May 6th, which is after Backlash.
Yeah.
That includes the draft, but also trades. So do you think, for example, maybe tonight we see Jade Cargill get drafted to Raw, right? But she's in a tag team with Bianca Belair. What if we see a trade for Jade to SmackDown and someone else to Raw in the meantime after tonight? You think that could happen? Or do you think you're sticking with the picks?
I'm assuming, just to not make it complicated, they're just going to draft Jade to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Keep it there since she just signed there. But I wouldn't be mad at that. I think NXT is having a supplemental draft from the people who are in pick. Yeah, that's not a bad thing there, because there's always that list of free agents of the people that don't get picked.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't hate that idea of them saying, okay, well, this is the free agents, this is who we're taking. You know what I mean? Because as of right, if that was the case, it would have been really funny, because when we were going Friday, and we'll do it again today, we finished the list, but there was people that neither you or I wanted to pick. We just picked them to finish the draft. Yeah. So we were just talking about Final Testament of somebody that I'm jumping off the bed to get. I will see them going to NXT and freaking killing it there, Yeah. So I wouldn't mind the idea of that. For my next pick, I am going to go with, you know what? He's grown on me. I like his matches. I think he has a lot of potential. So I'm picking Bronson Reed.
I like that pick. I'm looking now at like who I think would be a great picks across the board, and Bronson. I'm surprised you or I didn't take him earlier.
Yeah, he's not on my top, but he's not on my bottom. He's mid. I guess I'm saying he's mid, but like I think you can put him in a lot of matches with a lot of people, and he's gonna put on some bangers.
Yeah, I'm looking. Man, we destroyed the NXT roster.
Yeah, NXT is so done. I feel bad.
Could I make selections from people who are in a faction and just take them individually?
No, because that's what I've been wanting to do, and you wouldn't let me. So no.
Okay. So we're not gonna do that.
Nope.
So let me get back.
We're almost done with this list. If you really think about it, I'm looking at the list for today, and the only people that we have left are Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. We have Apollo Crews, Braun Strowman, and the Final Testament. I think everybody else we have picked. Oh no, what's their name? The two girls that party, the rave party girls, the tag team.
Ultra Girls.
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Katana and Kaden. Yeah, that's about it. Everybody else we have picked. So it's coming down to nothing for us here.
You know what? I'm going to take Braun Strowman.
Not bad. Do you think? I don't like seeing him in here because we were all speculating about maybe he was coming back with Uncle Howdy or like part of the Wyatt Six. So seeing him here,
maybe it's to throw us off.
If he gets drafted today, do you think we see him?
I would think so. Maybe that's like his return, his like official return.
So they spoiled it.
And then maybe we see as like the storyline for his return is that like this Uncle Howdy stuff that's been happening starts to like mess with him. Like things were happening during his matches, and then this leads to an ultimate like he joins them like when they, you know.
I would not be mad at that. I actually don't hate that idea, to be honest.
Because he's so established as what we know as Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
It would be cool to see the transition on TV of him back to like that, the black sheep of the family, you know?
And that could be the first part of this because we're seeing all of these pieces. We're seeing all of, I don't know. I feel like something related to Uncle Howdy is going to happen at Backlash, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it threw me off to see him there. Like, it was so funny too because they just put him in a little corner. You know what I mean? Like, nobody was going to notice it. And I'm like, I spoke about that in my TikTok and I posted it on Twitter too, where I'm just like, they're not very consistent with the people that are injured because they're allowing us to draft CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Braun. Yeah. We have no idea. My mom is super excited about Mami, por favor. My mom loves Braun Strowman. She's out here like marking out in my Facebook chat over Braun Strowman. But so CM Punk, Rollins, and Braun are injured with no timetable when they're coming back, no time frame. But then we can draft Charlotte Flair or Rhea Ripley. Like, it's very inconsistent. This whole people are injured who you can and cannot draft. That's kind of like, it's weird. There's always going to be loopholes in a wrestling draft. You know, it should still be called a superstar shakeup because even it's just two brands. It doesn't feel like a real draft.
No.
But yeah. So yeah, I'm just having a fit about that. But Braun Strowman is not a bad pick to have. I am going to take Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. I am very interested in what Candice LeRae is doing, and I've always really been into Indy. I remember being super happy when she won the NXT Women's Championship. I think she has so much potential, and I want to know if Indy's going to go evil with Candice or if she's going to be fully against it. Like, I am actually a little bit invested into that. I didn't think they needed to go so deep in the story with Candice and Maxine LeRae with Maxine Dupree when that got so personal. But I do like this new side of Candice LeRae, and I want to see where it goes. So I'll take those two.
That was one of my next picks, but you taking them, knowing that she's with with DIY, I like it. I'm with it.
Yeah.
My next pick, just because why not? I'm taking the Final Testament.
Whoa. What would you do with them? What do you think? Because on paper, right? If we don't think about the booking that they have had, this is a badass faction.
They really are.
The Authors of Pain coming back with that intimidating old man. You have Scarlett, you have Karrion Kross. Like, this should work. Why do you think it's not hitting the way that it should?
Well, first off, they have two managers. So that to me is weird to begin with.
Right, because Scarlett and
like I love like. Is Scarlett necessary in that? You know what I mean? Like I love the character. Intimidating, man. I love the idea of Scarlett being in there, but I feel like she's the one that doesn't seem like she fits in that group. Her alone with Karrion Kross really does make sense.
Yeah.
But if she's ever going to be a wrestler, I would love to see her like as a wrestler go do her own thing. And keep Paul.
It feels
Ellering.
like they want to put her in the ring, but they're not 100% on it yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And she's
feels very much what they were. Yeah, but it feels very much like they did with Zelina when she was with Andrade, where we all knew she could wrestle, but they would only have her in there here and there or intergender matches. Like they will never just let her fly. She's a peacock. You gotta let her fly. Shout out to Sheldon and a couple of you guys that are asking. Yeah, he's not in the draft. That's what I'm saying. The inconsistency with the people that are injured or not. I don't know what happened with Dexter Lumis. Last time I heard
he was filming a movie.
Injured. Well, I thought he was injured.
Yeah, something like he was filming a movie. Because I had tweeted that a while ago. I'm like, where the hell is this guy? And someone's like, oh, he's out filming a movie or something.
Huh, interesting. Well, there you go, Sheldon. Ask and you should find out the thing. Okay, so you pick Final Testament. Oh no, we also have Baldy.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it.
It's your pick or my pick? Your pick.
It's my pick. I'm gonna take Apollo Crews.
Damn.
I like Apollo Crews. I like him more in NXT. That should be someone that you get. I don't know, because he had that run in NXT. I liked his run in NXT.
I loved it.
I miss him going on dates with Braun Breaker. So no. Anyway, they did. He used to have a journal. He was like me. He would write everything down.
You know, like that's so Raven.
I'll take it, but right now I'm kind of taking it just because we're running out of choices.
Yeah. I'm looking at the list now. We ran through this list.
I mean, I think there's only Baldy and the girls
and the Ultra Twins.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Baldy. I'm going to take Giovanni Vinci.
Wow.
And we're going to revert him back to that thing he was doing in NXT where he was like...
Yeah, with the Gucci trunks. He would take the pictures and then would stop. Well, to wrap it up, I will take Kaden Katana. Because if you really think about it, they're the only legitimate women's tag team.
Yeah.
Everybody else has been somebody that they pair together, which sometimes it ends up working out. Like right now, I am so high on Jade and Bianca. It's so perfect. But these two have been a tag team since day one. And I just love their chemistry. I love their gear. I love their little rave video packages. So I would take them, Kaden and Katana.
Well, that doesn't wrap up the draft, by the way.
Oh, you have another pick? Are you picking from NXT?
No, there is one more pick on this list.
Wait, who did I miss?
And I'm going to take him right now, and I'm going to put him with the Pride, and he's going to be the big heavy of the Pride. I'm taking Odyssey Jones. And now we wrap up the list.
If you watch my TikTok today, Odyssey Jones is going to say, who is this person? You know what? Okay, Joey, you do that. Hopefully,
there was nobody else.
The Pride. The Pride was great on their own. You know, you don't have to. You don't have to do this. You just give it to NXT voluntarily because of all the people you took from them.
Honestly, you probably should.
So, Joey, as we wrap up today, before we talk about expectations for tonight, and I will put out a picture. Don't worry, guys. I will put out a picture today of our final rosters. Omaz was never on the pools.
No, he's also listed as a free agent on their website.
Yeah, but he wasn't on Friday's pool. He's not on today's pool. Maybe they're taking him back to NXT. Joey, for today, your final draft picks are CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Tiffany Stratton, LWO, Cora Jade, The Pride, Legado del Fantasma, Chelsea Green, and Piper Niven, New Day, New Catch Republic, Natalia, Braun Strowman, Final Testament, Giovanni Vinci, and Odyssey Jones. And I am going to pick Gunther, and he comes with Ludwig, Jay, Judgment Day, Kevin Owens, Shinsuke Nakamura, Pretty Deadly, Naomi, DIY, the Creed Brothers, Jade Parker, Bronson Reed, Candice LeRae, Indy, Apollo Crews, and Kaden and Katana, and later on tonight I will put the full list of our final roster so everybody can see them. But overall, I'm happy with what we picked. I feel
like
there's
our roster
variety.
better.
I feel like there's some new feuds that can be built. I feel that there's some people that have been around each other for too long. But guess what? That's what WWE is giving us with what we saw on Friday.
Yeah.
I hope that today feels different. I hope that today feels like a bigger deal. You know, there are bigger. There's some big names in there to pick from. I do expect CM Punk to be that first choice tonight.
Yeah.
And I expect Drew to also be picked in that first round.
Yeah, I think Raw's first two picks are going to be Punk and Drew.
I wish they separate them for a little bit. I do. Have them interacting like a Money in the Bank ladder match. When is CM Punk scheduled to come back? Do we even know yet?
It should be soon.
Speaking of, while we're on the topic of Drew McIntyre, since I didn't get to talk news today in any of my content because I've been talking about the draft. Drew McIntyre re-signed with WWE, and they kind of made it part of a storyline. I love that they used The Rock. I love that The Rock said, "I'm a man of my word." Because if you remember during the build-up for WrestleMania, The Rock told Seth, "I'm going to make that title disappear." So to think of Drew working with The Rock to take that championship away from Seth, I think that's beautiful storytelling.
If that's the way they go. That's
what I assume from everything.
I love that what you just said, because I honestly didn't even think about that. And I'm like, wow, that's actually like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now you're gonna make me make another short for today.
And we saw
talking about that because that's the way I interpreted it.
If you look
I
back,
get it. I get that The Rock is in the board of TKO and all that, but because of WrestleMania and because The Rock's still teasing that he wants to come back, I took it storyline wise. It makes sense Drew working with The Rock.
Now, if you look back and all those like backstage little things, Easter eggs, Drew McIntyre talking with Paul Heyman
in the Bloodline, yeah.
Now you're onto something.
See, I'm onto something. So I like the way that they announced that. I know that a lot of people were like talking about it. I never thought that Drew would go anywhere. Did you ever doubt it?
Especially with the way he's booked right now. Are you kidding me?
Especially with Clash in the Castle being in Scotland. Like, I'm like, maybe they're stretching it. I mean, we know that Becky's also negotiating. Seth is also in the process of it. But there's some people that I just don't expect to go anywhere. And it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
he's put the world title on Becky. She's not leaving.
Yeah. But some people were like, I saw a post where somebody had created the Drew McIntyre is All Elite graphic, and they were like, traitor. And I was like, it was never going to happen. They wouldn't know what to do with him over there.
Those people need to go away.
Well, Joey, I want to thank you for hanging out with me 2 streams in a row. I had so much fun having you over. We need to do this more often.
Well, we always have fun like hanging out in general. So talking wrestling and doing this doesn't get any better.
I love that MD brought up, I expect Becky versus Piper in Scotland. Me too, because the first time they faced, it was at that Royal Rumble title match, and the freaking WrestleMania sign was caught on fire, and that threw off the entire freaking match. It didn't go the way it was supposed to. You guys watched it on TV, half of the people, we were there. We were being like, the people in front of us were moved out of their section. They were being evacuated, and all of us were blocked because they had to lower the sign to put the fire on. So I was like, and I asked Piper about it when I got a chance to interview her, and she was like, I mean, we kept going, and I was like, I thought they did a great job, because like people didn't know just if you weren't on social media, because we were all tweeting about it like, yo, the sign's on fire. But they did a good job at blocking the distraction and going. But I would love to see a rematch of that without all the elements, because that was Piper's first shot at a world championship, and then to have that terrible mishap happen, I think she deserves another shot. I'm a big fan of Piper Niven. I really
I love her. That was when she was Dewdrop, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm a huge fan. I would love to see more from her.
Perfect. So Joey, let's wrap it up. Do you want to tell the people where they can find you?
Yes. So you can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter. Everything is at The Angle Joey. I post every day on all those platforms. I post short form content, head scratchers, hot takes, whatever you want to call them, controversial takes, some people tell me. And then on YouTube, I post long form videos kind of going more into detail of those. So Everything is at The Angle Joey, or you could just search The Angle Podcast, and I should come up.
Perfect, guys. I will be back tonight. We don't watch along on Monday Night Raw. We're going to watch how the draft plays out together. That'll be starting around 7:45. In the meantime, go check out the video that I put out earlier today, which was like some of the things that we need from the draft tonight for it to feel a little bit better than it did on Friday. Because Friday just felt like a teacher taking attendance for each show. There was not a lot, of differences there. So I'm hoping that today we really do see a shakeup. And yeah, that's it for me right now, because I've been so productive today, Joey, but I know you're having a beautiful weather day where you're at, so I'm not going to try to keep you forever because I want you to
sunburn yesterday.
You got sunburn?
Yes, for the first time in like a year.
Oh my God. And of course, I want to thank the sponsors of today's stream, Sheldon Jackson. He's the CEO. He's the professor. We give you 5 memberships, and we have J.R. Smith. He's the principal. The professor and the principal, he gifted 1 membership. So thank you guys so much. We're on the road to 500 Demonites again. We're going to get there. I love you guys. I'll see you tonight. Until then, adios.
Bye, guys.